going to write a book about your life?
I think I'm going to have to.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm sick of talking about it. You know, we did get a full fucking schedule for this fucking year, and that includes the diabolical help, if you want to put the help in quotation marks, of the guy that I'm actually, who's the co-writer of the book with me by creating this horror fest in October at the end of October in Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
So we do have a lot of shit to do, and then I guess with the book, I'm actually gonna really heads down that sucker, nose to the grindstone, probably December all the way through next year. So,
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you look back on it, what stands out to you from your experiences? I mean, it's been such a wild ride that you've had. How are you going to put it all in perspective?
Well, all I can say is, you know, it's not just a Pantera book. First and foremost, you know, a whole lot happened in my life before I was even in Pantera or even qualified to be in a band the caliber of Pantera. Right. So there was a lot of growing there, and then people will get, I guess, my spin on the Pantera story, which you know, for me, Pantera was a whole lot more positive than negative. Right. You know, especially with when I think about Pantera, you know, because I miss it so terribly, and I still have a lot of love in my heart for all those guys, road crew, everybody, you know, the whole camp. Yeah. So, you know, we know, most people know, you know, the basics of the Pantera story, but a lot has happened since Pantera too. Right. And a lot of happened within the realms of Pantera, because I started so many different side bands and projects and really expanded, you know, musically during those years. And, you know, I was surrounded by fantastic musicians everywhere. And in New Orleans, you know, the first house I bought really ended up just being a flop house for musicians, either coming through town or just hanging out all night, getting drunk and or whatever, and then waking up in the morning, jumping in the friggin' swimming pool, putting some food on the barbecue grill, and going and jamming all day. And man, I'd end up jamming with, you know, 5-6 different incarnations of bands with different people in each band. So, you know, it's gonna be a tough thing to really pick and choose the best of the greatest stories and whatnot of growing up and life and all that shit. But I'm gonna do my best. And the best thing about that is, you know, if I happen to write like a 6 fucking dictionary sized almanacs of fucking stories, you know, if it comes out in one book and it's edited down, which I expect completely, there's always going to be those excerpts there. So you know, so maybe one day I'll put out like little, I don't know, excerpt stories of hilarity along the way, because there's, my God, my life has been one gigantic thriving on the absurd, and I can't help it. I won't grow up.